It is yet another opportunity for us to come out here to showcase what we have done within January and February. I want to welcome you all because this is an operation that started just last year, and we have a lot to write about it. A few weeks ago, we were in Adamawa. Just last 2 weeks, we were in Kwara, and we are here today, all this year, 2025. It is important to note and state that smuggling is a very serious cankerworm that has eaten deep into the economy of this country and our well-being. There is no doubt that we are doing our best to ensure that we put the record straight and put those that have been arrested under watch and prosecution. I want to thank the CGC for having time out of its tight schedule to grace our occasion, third time this year, in matter of weeks. I want to say thank you. It is an operation, like I keep saying, that was personally done by the CGC and supported by the Office of the National Security Advisor. And I'm happy to say today that we are not resting on our oars, as you can see what we have done within a short while. Fellow pressmen, I want to thank you for coming. You have been our close ally, for you have been reporting us very well. I want to thank you. Fellow officers, you are welcome to this press briefing, as everything will be commissioned and opened by the CGC. Thank you.
The service continues to confront a fluid national challenge that threatens our economic sovereignty and energy security, and that is the persistent smuggling of petroleum products across our borders. While government has implemented comprehensive market reforms and supply chain enhancements to stabilize the domestic petroleum sector, criminal networks remain determined to exploit regional economic disparities for illicit profit. These elements have shown remarkable adaptability, constantly refining their methods to circumvent our enforcement measures. What we are witnessing is not just routine customs violations, but a systematic attempt to undermine Nigeria's economic foundations through the diversion of strategic national resources. Each liter of petroleum products smuggled across our borders represents a loss of revenue as much as it contributes to domestic scarcity, market instability, and compromised energy security for our citizens. Our economic intelligence reveals that substantial price disparities across regional borders remain the fundamental catalyst for this illicit trade, which fosters a profoundly lucrative black market that systematically undermines Nigeria's economic sovereignty and national interest. And as you may recall, Nigeria Customs Service, with the active support of the Office of the National Security Advisor, has established a special operation codenamed Operation Whirlwind in collaboration with the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. This partnership has significantly intensified surveillance and enforcement operations across critical border corridors nationwide. In less than 3 months, the operation has yielded remarkable results with cumulative seizures of 245,370 liters of PMS valued at over 238 million naira. And importantly, these figures exclude today's report and seizures made through regular command structures and federal operations units in the country. I have previously presented these operational successes in Adamawa in January 2025 and in Kwara in February 17, 2025. The steady momentum of Operation Whirlwind is further demonstrated by the commendable performance recorded in the Southwest geopolitical zone. Today, I am pleased to present our latest operational achievements in this critical zone, which serves as both our nation's commercial nerve center and a high-risk corridor for cross-border smuggling activities due to its strategic location along our western frontier with Republic of Benin. And following intelligence-driven operations between January 11 and February 23, 2025, our vigilant officers serving under the operations have successfully intercepted and seized a total of 28,300 liters of petroleum motor spirit PMS being diverted through various concealment methods and smuggling techniques. The duty paid value of these seizures amounts to a total of 35,800,000 naira only. These operations yielded the following seizures, which we shall be seeing now. The first is 1,132 jerry cans of 25 liters each, totaling 28,300 liters. We have 3 vehicles used as means of conveyance. We're likely going to see those 3 vehicles that are parked here: a Toyota Camry, a Volkswagen car, and 1 Toyota Camry car. Our comprehensive analysis of the pattern of seizures across the axis reveals significant insights into the dynamic smuggling tactics and dominant routes being exploited by these saboteurs. The seizures were strategically executed at identified smuggling corridors, and I'm going to take you through some of them. It's a very dynamic situation. It is very fluid. From the seizures, from the data, please sit down, from the data that we received, the seizure that we received, and the lifting, the truck out from NDPRA, suggests that we cannot completely lift that ban. So on the merit of it, some individual owners have applied to the Office of the National Security Advisor for a review, and some of them have been granted positively, while some have been denied. So the situation is still very fluid, and from what we have seen, this number of seizures, it is still obvious that we still have so many marketers that will collect these products and channel them into the wrong destinations. We have a number of trucks that are under our custody as we speak that are still under investigation. We're trying to, if a truck is assigned to go to destination A, and then we suddenly find it in destination C, or along the road to destination C, we must ask some questions. Sometimes they tell us, oh, the road around B is not good. That's why we have to take a detour and things like that. Some of the explanations are plausible, and in such cases, the Office of National Security Advisor will advise us to release those trucks. But in some places, we have discovered that they were all out to smuggle, and that's why we got seizures like this. So it is still a fluid situation until smuggling activities, smuggling of PMS reduces. I'm afraid we will have to we might have to insist that certain retail outlets remain closed. If you go to some border stations in Nigeria, I don't know how many of them you have been to, you will see numbers of retail outlets, and you will discover that the population and the economic activities in these places does not match the number of fuel stations and the volume of trucks that are going there. So it is highly suspicious that some of these might actually be targeting smuggling across the country. So we will continue to monitor those situations, and if there are legitimate concerns expressed by some border communities, such concerns will be addressed and they would allow them to have access to fuel.